Until you can let go, you can't have peace, at least not lasting peace. If you can't let go, if you feel like you're stuck, like you're holding on or trying to push too hard to make certain things happen in your life, what you can achieve in your life is marginally limited. And the reason for this is very simple. Life, the world around us, is always changing. We can't always anticipate what our close relationships will evolve to, or bumping into an angry person at the store. We can't predict whether the project we're working on will succeed beyond our wildest dreams or take a little bit more time to keep working at to get there. We don't know when a death might happen in the family. We can't predict everything. And if you don't have peace, that really limits your ability to succeed in life. Because what that really means is that you could be swept up by anything. I genuinely do believe that you can achieve true lasting peace right here, right now, in this video. It's time. It's time to give yourself peace. It's time to allow yourself to have that peacefulness. Understand that no matter what happens around you, you're able to keep moving forward. And if you take a look at history and the most successful people in the world, what they all have in common is that against all odds, they keep moving forward towards their goal. This is partly why it's so important that we can let go in our lives. Letting go gives us peace. It gives us a sense of everything is okay right now in this moment. It's a peace that makes no sense to other people sometimes. That the world could be burning around you and yet you still feel good. It's this incredible grounded balance and this state of allowing everything to be the way it is. There's a really true power in that state. And I think you know that. I think that's why you're here. The only battle that ever exists, the only real battle, is within you. And the biggest battle I see happening within all of us is the battle for peace, the battle for stability, the battle for something that you can actually depend on in an ever-changing world. And as far as I'm concerned, from my experience, it is the only dependable thing that I own: peace. Everything else, I genuinely have no control over. When I'm feeling peace, I make really good decisions. And the actions that I take have a lot of power to them. And so it begins to look like I do have an immense amount of control over my life, but it's just an illusion. The true control that I have is a control within me, to feel peace no matter what's happening. That's the real key to understand. That peace is what will allow you to quite literally be the God of your life. Now, a lot of people achieve peace by faith, having faith that there is a higher power working for them. Some people believe that their relationship gives them peace. It's okay if I fail in this because I have this person I can lean on. So what I'm trying to explain is that people allow themselves to feel peace for different reasons. There is a very specific kind of peace that comes from letting go, which is what we're now going to dive into together. And then we're going to do a meditation together to really activate this peace and allow it to flood into our lives. And we're going to pay that energy forward, and we're going to see the ripple of it over the span of the next 7 days in our life. The peace that comes from letting go is unconditional. When your peace depends on another person, for example, but all of a sudden they fall for someone else, or they are not feeling well so they can't show up for you, suddenly, where's your peace? If your peace is dependent on a substance that you take daily, inevitably you will build a tolerance. Inevitably you will get symptoms from taking it over and over and over again that are negatively oriented symptoms. And so then what happens? Where's your peace? Peace from your favorite TV show? You'll reach the end of the season someday. Peace that comes from letting go is a peace that you have absolute control over. It's the peace that comes from just allowing everything to be the way it is. God and different religions help a lot of people to achieve this very vibration of peace I'm talking about. But I'm not going to promote God or religion to you in this video. I'm going to tell you a clearer truth that will apply to a much larger scale of people that can use it without getting caught up in all these phrases and terms. Because the truth is I've done some interesting research, and I've seen that a lot of religions that yield a lot of success and faith and peace to people, the religion has steps, which are the exact steps of letting go and letting things be the way they are and trusting. They just have different names and ways of putting it, right? But I'm going to share a way with you that doesn't have names or ideas or definitions that may or may not resonate with you. I'm going to give you a very simple, neutral, the power within you expression of it. All you've got to do is ask yourself, what are you afraid is going to happen in your life if you don't this, if you don't that. I wonder if you've ever taken a moment to really genuinely consider this. What are you afraid would happen? Are you afraid that you won't be loved? Are you afraid that you won't have a roof over your head? Or you're afraid of what people may think of you? Maybe you're afraid to die. Be real with yourself. I promise you, anybody who's willing to be truly genuine with themselves and say this. And I know you know what area you're struggling to let go in your life. Everybody does. I know you've got this awareness. It's clear to you. It's the area in your life that brings you the most suffering, pain, fear. So you already know what category to look at. What are you afraid will happen if you take this step in your life? What are you afraid would happen if you actually went out and did this in the world? What are you afraid would happen if you stopped doing this behavior that you know is detrimental to you? What are you afraid would happen? Now, once you've discovered that for yourself, and I recommend that you pause this video right now if you haven't already figured out what the answer is to your question. Now let's continue. The next step is to ask a very similar question. What would I do in my life if I was not afraid to fail? What would you do in your life if you knew for a fact you would succeed? Consider this with me for a moment. Most of our decisions in life come from a very interesting place, and we don't realize it. The decisions that we make come from certain things like, I need to make money. So when we're planning our career or following our dreams, we've got this huge weight in there that we might not even recognize influencing our decision we make. I have to find a way to make money doing it. Or this is not societally acceptable what I want to do. Oh, you want to be an artist? Oh, well, I know you can't make money doing art. So you start thinking, how can I make money doing art in different ways? Maybe I'll be a graphic designer for hire on Craigslist, right? So we make these decisions from this place. What I'm genuinely expressing to you right now is your key to freedom. The fact of the matter is, I don't have the key to give you. You have it. You have always been the one who has it. You just have to realize it. And the way you start to turn the key is by asking these questions. What would you do in your life if it was an absolute guarantee that you would succeed? What would you do if you knew that life was a dream and that anything that you did would succeed? Then what would you do? Would you still want to go to school to be this? Or would maybe you actually pursue this? It's interesting, don't you think? That if we made a decision that was not based at all, 0% on what other people thought or whether it would work out or not, isn't it interesting how all of a sudden broad life becomes? Now, if you're asking these questions correctly, I know you'll begin to feel an increase with this kind of energy within you. It's this excitement. It's this, whoa. It's this feeling of power, of being unstoppable. It's indescribable, but there I go trying to describe it for you. You'll feel it. I bet you already do. That feeling, that's what it feels like to have let go. Because most people aren't living life as who they really are, from within themselves, from their heart, from their true self. Most people aren't doing that. We're making decisions in life based on, this is what society says, this is what these people say, this is what life is like. So we're all making decisions essentially as if, imagine your life as a painting, and you're painting a picture. We have the major colors right in front of us, these different colors, the yellow, the blue, the red, the orange, and we're painting our picture only from that palette of colors because that's what's been presented to us. But what if you knew that there was a very unique color within you, right in your heart? It's a color that no one had ever seen before. It's never been put in a Crayola crayon box because it's you, because you're unique, because you're special. And guess what? You came here to paint your picture with the unique color that you are. You can't do that by just making decisions based on the limited colors that everybody agrees is, yes, these are the colors that exist. These are the colors you can use in a painting. It's not true. There's something else within you. It's been knocking on the door, and I know you've been feeling it lately. I know you have. This color is specifically you. It always has been. So you feel this feeling right now, this understanding. You now see what you're afraid would happen if you did or didn't do that. That's a lot of awareness because most people don't recognize that. So now you see what you're afraid of. Maybe it's what other people think. Maybe it's a failure. But when you really see it for what it is, you can start to realize, I'm living in a prison of pain and resistance and suffering for no reason. So you're suffering from the outcome you fear for no reason. And the joke is that if you just move forward anyways, you will succeed at anything. Seriously, you really will. Especially if you go towards who you really are. especially if you can reach within yourself and discover the color that is your unique color. If you paint your picture with that, if you take action with that color in your life, oh yeah, I can genuinely sit here and tell you, you will succeed if you paint with the color that is your true self. You will, period. So you've seen your fear now, and you've also discovered, just based on a theoretical, what would you do in your life if there was no you have to do this or that? It could be something hilarious. You could genuinely feel within yourself that you would go build blanket forts. So build them. And that part of you that comes in and thinks, well, should I make YouTube videos about it so I can make money? Or, I can't make money making blanket forts, what should I do? That part of you, that's the confused part of you that thinks you have to be like all the other colors that everyone else has told you exist. Just build the blanket fort, dude. Just build it. And the best part is that when you're building the blanket fort, because you're being your true self, there's a power that comes through you. And I don't know how to explain it. You just got to see it for yourself. It's amazing. There's an awareness that comes with it. There's a consciousness that expands because of it. There's an energy that comes to you. You begin to reach further and further out and affect reality in a way that you may have never thought was possible. All because you're being who you really are. All because you've let go. Let go isn't deciding not to take action towards what you want in life. Letting go doesn't mean sitting there all day and not doing anything and expecting everything's going to work out for you. Your life, plain and simple, is a result of the decisions that you've made. Who you currently are and the situation you're living in is a result of all the decisions you've made in the years following up to this. Period. Plain and simple. So it's not about stop making decisions. It's about make your decisions from the place of who you really are. That's the essence of letting go. Let go of the fear that binds you. Let go of the prison that you're living in for no reason. And engage with the unique, magic, majestic color that is who you really are. You can do it. I know you can. And when you do that, you have an unconditional peace that nothing can scratch the surface of. Because if it doesn't make money, if people judge it, whatever, these are very simple reactions. If you don't attract a lover because of it or whatever, you will be unfazed. Why? Because what would you do if none of those things were a problem to you? If you genuinely weren't worried about what other people thought or success or money or any of it, what would you do? Feel that energy, feel that liberation. That's the key to success in life, and that's the joke. The key to success in life isn't to control other people or try to wring everybody out like a sponge for their money or step on people and work your way up the ladder, or that's not the key. A lot of people have this misperception about successful people in life. Have a lot of people done that and gotten money because of it? Yeah, but they're not successful, they're not happy, they're not fulfilled, and I promise you they don't have peace. You can be the most successful version of you that possibly exists right here, right now in this very moment, simply by letting go. You will have riches and jewels that far outweigh that of a king, far outweigh that of a queen. All the wealth in the world cannot touch this peace. And the best part is you own it. And the best part is that what you own is you. It's who you really are. Everything else you acquire in this life, the relationships, the money, the things, you will die one day. You will die from this body, and you'll move on. And isn't it interesting that we fight so hard to gain all of these things for us that are just dust in the wind, right? I mean, does it really mean anything? This peace, I'm telling you from my personal experience, I promise it really means something. And you own it eternally. And suddenly you have the thing that you recognize around you. Everybody around you, whether they realize it or not, is trying to get. They're just barking up the wrong tree. But you know that the tree is simple. It's within you. You don't even have to climb it. You just have to see the truth of who you are by asking that simple question. What would you do if you absolutely knew that it would work out? If you absolutely were not worried about anything? That answer will come from who you really are. And you will have just gained a glimpse into who you've always been but might not have realized. And it'll be really obvious and evident to you. Isn't that cool? Now let's go ahead and anchor this in together. We're going to go ahead and relax and allow ourselves to really feel saturated in this peace. I know you're experiencing it right now. I can literally feel the consciousness in this video raising and the energy moving through my body. That's you. That's you guys. I can feel you right now. And we have this energy and it's expanding, and you feel how, oh man, you guys are just taking it to the next level. I feel it's crazy right now. Literally, it's like, whoa. Let's bathe in that energy, because we never let ourselves. Let's put our hands over our heart. And as you do this, the magnetic field of your heart is literally expanding. You are literally in direct communication with who you are. Oftentimes, we're so stressed because we're listening to everyone and everything else. It's peaceful to hear your own voice. Not the voice that just says words, but the voice that is you. Now, as we take some breaths together, I want you to just enjoy yourself. Just the fact that you're here right now and exist, and you're in this body, that any of this is possible. Wow. Wow. Let's just enjoy that together. And breathe in. And exhale. How amazing that we're alive. And breathe in. And exhale. You know that this very feeling, this very peace and satisfaction you feel right now in this moment, you know that if you move through your life in this way, if you allow this energy to exist all throughout your days, you will be in the state of power that achieves far beyond your wildest dreams, and anything and everything is possible. Let's take another breath in together. And exhale. You are so special. And there is so much love for you here. But you've got to be willing to feel it. You've got to be willing to allow that love to come to you. This is what it means to let go. It means to be who you really are. And now, you have a very clear picture of what who you really are wants to do with their lives. The only thing that's stopping you, and it may come up again, maybe a few days from now, maybe next year, is fear. It's the only thing that halts us. Fear of the unknown, fear of what could happen. But you are so vast and so incredible who you really are. I mean, wow, you're really something. There's nothing I'd rather do than speak to you, let me tell you. You are everything. What else is there? People limit themselves because of the fear of the unknown. But all you will find in the unknown is more of you. You are in the unknown. Who you really are is out there. There's nothing to fear. Nothing. It's all you. Live your life. Put your pinky out. I know this might seem weird, but I just feel like it's really relevant right now, and I'm dead serious about this. Let's pinky swear each other right now. Ready? I pinky swear that I will live my life. I pinky swear that even when fear comes up, I will still live my life, and I will keep going. And I promise to be myself. Even when things get hard, I promise. Because you and me, we're really something, you know. We really, really are. It would be so cool to see you in the upcoming live event here on Vibes and Frequencies. It's a big shift, a big transformation for anybody who really is ready to let go and surrender to who they really are. I would love to see you there. You can learn more about that by clicking in the description of this video and post it in the top of the comments. Thank you so much. Much love to you. You really are so cool. There's no need to hold yourself back anymore. And you know it. You know it. You know what's next. And I know that you'll be willing to take this next step. I know it. See you for the next video.